anyone who has been watching the Premier League this season so far will agree with us that Manchester United need to fix their midfield. Of course, yes, because they have Casemiro, who has stepped up and has been doing well, but let's agree that every time he gets subbed off, there is problems in the midfield. Manchester United gets overrun, they get dominated, the physical presence, they lose it in the midfield, and suddenly their opponents have been dominating. Now, in this video, we are following the 3 target Manchester United signings for the midfield position in Manchester United because they need to improve in this area. And of course, these 3 players that we are looking to discuss in this video are Premier League based players, and they have been doing well so far. They are among us the best in that position, in which Manchester United will be looking forward to fix. So sit back, relax, welcome back to Getting Sports, and let's get on to this. Of course, the 3 players in this video are 1. Eliot Anderson, 2. Carlos Baleba, and 3. Adam Wharton from Crystal Palace. Now, we begin. Eliot Anderson is a 23-year-old 5'10" right-footed player who has been key to Nottingham's recent success. He's been one of those players who have helped to Nottingham to come up to the top and, of course, even be able to play in European football. So he's very key for Nottingham Forest. Carlos Baleba, on the other hand, a 21-year-old 5'10" left-footed player who is one of the key players for Brighton and has been also very key to Brighton's recent dominance in the Premier League, and they've been rising as a team. On the other hand, Adam Wharton as well, a very key player, 21-year-old, 6-foot left-footed player, and of course playing for the Crystal Palace, valued at around 100 million, and very key to Crystal Palace success as well, recent success, which has enabled them to play in Europe. Now, the current price tag of these 2 or these 3 players is actually very, very close. We've seen Carlos Baleba price tag being at around 100 million plus. Same to Eliot Anderson and Adam Wharton. Their current salaries, we've seen Anderson earning around £45,000 per week. Also, Carlos Baleba is around £12,500 per week, and Adam Wharton is around $35,000 per week. Now, on to our main traits. These are the traits that we are looking for, especially when trying to break down this video to try to find the right midfielder to be able to fix Manchester United's midfield problems. Now, physicality. And of course, we're going to be looking at the statistics of this season so far, as we mentioned. So, in terms of physicality, Eliot Anderson has played 990 minutes so far in the Premier League this season. Dribbles attempted 52%, having completed only 27 of the dribbles attempted. And then the duels won 82, and aerial duels around 15. For Carlos Baleba, minutes played a bit less than Eliot Anderson, 650 minutes played, dribbles completed 7, that is 71% success rate. Duels won 37, which is way less than Eliot Anderson. And for Adam Wharton, 700 minutes played, dribbles completed 11, 64% success rate. Duels won 29, which is less than the other 2 players. And aerial duels only 3, which is also very less compared to these other players. So it is easy to see that Eliot Anderson is dominating, especially he's played more and he has won more duels than any of these 3 players. So, yeah, in terms of defense, Eliot Anderson has made 29 tackles this season so far. And in terms of interceptions, 10 and 2 blocks. For Baleba, has made 12 tackles, 10 interceptions, and no blocks. But yeah, for Adam Wharton, 12 tackles, 8 interceptions, and 1 blocks. So in this area of the pitch, or in this area of the trait, still, Eliot Anderson is leading in as far as our statistics are concerned in the Premier League so far this season. Now, in terms of passing, we've seen Eliot Anderson making 786 attempts in passing, and this is an 87% completion. For long passes, he's attempted 57, which is only 54% completion. So 57 completed long passes, but 54% success rate. Now, short passes, 272 for Baleba, and long passes, 24 for Baleba. So 272 short passes, equivalent to 85% completion rate. And for long passes, 24 attempted, 54% completed. And for Adam Wharton, 290 passes attempted, 88% success rate. For long passes, 39 attempted with 38% success rate. And it's obvious to see that from these statistics that Eliot and Baleba are dominating in this area, because Eliot has 87% and he has attempted actually more passes than these two combined. In terms of discipline, we've seen Eliot Anderson has 2 yellow cards and 14 fouls. If you put this in consideration of the number of minutes played, I think it's a good discipline for Eliot Anderson. And for Baleba, 4 yellow cards and 16 fouls is a bit quite more. He has also played a bit less compared to Eliot Anderson. And for Adam Wharton, he has 1 yellow card and 6 fouls. So he is the most disciplined player amongst the 3 of the players that we have on this in this video. All of the players have not been sent off this season so far, which is a good sign to see. Now, how does this compare to the Premier League's best? And when we mention the Premier League's best, of course, we mean one of the players who has been performing day in, day out in the Premier League. Our best player in the Premier League so far in this position, of course, has been Caicedo. Now, we go back to physicality. And for physicality, checking his statistics in this area, Caicedo has played 945 minutes so far. In terms of dribbles, he has attempted 13 dribbles with 38% completion rate. And for duels, that is 60, and aerial duels, only 4 that he has won so far. When you compare with the other players, you tend to lean towards Eliot Anderson, because comparing Eliot Anderson's statistics to Caicedo, you'll see Eliot has played more, he has more aerial duels, he has a better dribbling success rate, and even aerial duels he's been dominating. And in terms of defense, Caicedo has 34 total tackles, which is way more compared to every of the other players in this video. Maybe Eliot Anderson comes close with the 29. And he also, Caicedo has 26 interceptions, which is way more compared to every other player in this video. So the rest have around 10, which is a bit low. And then for blocks, Caicedo has 6 compared to the rest of them, who have 2, 1, and 0 for Carlos Baleba. On to passing, Caicedo has attempted 633 passes with 91% completion rate. And this, compared to these other midfielders, he is actually on the top, but we have Eliot Anderson who's coming close with around 87% from more passes he's attempted compared to Caicedo. And then for long passes, Caicedo has only completed or attempted 28 with 54% success rate. And if you compare to Eliot Anderson's, because he's the one who's dominating in this field, he has 57 long passes with 54% completion rate. Now, in terms of discipline, Caicedo has only 2 yellow cards after all those appearances he's had so far in this season. He has 0 red cards, of course, and 14 fouls. The only person who has more fouls compared to him is Baleba, and Baleba has also more yellow cards, which means that Baleba is the least disciplined player in this category. And if you even compare to the best in the Premier League, you'll see that Caicedo is doing well disciplined. So the only person who compares a bit to Caicedo is Eliot Anderson. Now, having seeing all these statistics, who is most likely to be the player that Manchester United should go for to sort their midfield problems? And it's easy to see that Eliot Anderson's profile is quite better than the rest of the players. But as we looked at the age, we saw Anderson is 23 years old. The rest of these players are 21 years. So it means that Anderson is a bit older, but still at 23 years is a very good age if you want to develop your career and move to Manchester United. In terms of price tag, we've seen it's all the same. Now, maybe, just maybe, Eliot Anderson's versatility. He's a well-rounded player, as we've seen. His statistics in terms of defense and discipline and dribbling and jewels or physicality has shown that he is better than these two other players. But wait a minute. Manchester United, if you have been watching especially Amorim's system, they tend to play better if they have a left-footed player on the left side of things, or on the left side of the midfield, when as far as the defensive midfield is concerned. And it means that of these three players, only two are left-footed. We have Adam Wharton and Carlos Baleba. But Carlos Baleba is something close to what Manchester United need, because he has the physical presence in the game, and aside from that, his ball retention capabilities in terms of how he dribbles, we've seen he has a very good success in terms of dribbling, and ball retention is quite on another level. I mean, we would be very surprised if Manchester United won't sign any of these three players. In terms of abilities to fix things in the midfield, statistics-wise, as we've seen so far in the Premier League, then we've seen Eliot Anderson at the top, Carlos Baleba, and Adam Wharton. But of course, the chances, if we were to rank in terms of chances of signing for Manchester United, then I think it will be Baleba, because he's had talks with Manchester United before. Eliot Anderson comes second, and Adam Wharton comes third. So in any case, this could be a win-win for Manchester United if they land any of these players. But we think it's going to be a bone of contention between Carlos Baleba and Eliot Anderson. We just see it leaning mostly towards Carlos Baleba, because he is the one Manchester United have been pursuing since last summer. So let us know in the comment section what you think. If you are given, or you are a Manchester United fan watching this, you are given Carlos Baleba, Adam Wharton, or Eliot Anderson, who are you signing for your team?